Morning. Hello. Welcome to practice. Looks like we're on everywhere. It's good to have you here. Thanks for joining in practice today. We are in the month of Baba Yaga and we are sending back negativity. We are turning away obstacles. We are moving toward whatever our medicine is in whatever way that might be: soul medicine, physical medicine, emotional medicine. I definitely have had a month of having to focus on my health. And, Baba Yaga is the way she teaches, at least for me, is that she brings to the surface things that I've allowed to go without my attention. So I had a really harsh set of physical circumstances this past month that has just been, hormonal and difficult. And this morning woke up with a migraine and, all of that kind of stuff. And it's not like Baba Yaga is making those things happen. It's that now here in her month, as I'm paying attention to healing, nourishment, herbal preparations, and aging, I am really being given the opportunity to reflect on this body, its journey, her journey in this life, and all of the things that we don't talk about as a society. We don't really talk about the fact, and unfortunate that we don't, that women in, not all, but many women in perimenopause and menopause actually would benefit from more time off from work, would benefit from the ability to work from home, or some days, really, I'm just about to say a very graphic true thing, really, some days can't be more than a few feet away from a bathroom because otherwise we'll bleed all over everything. And that's just the truth. So as I'm coping with my own health and healing this month and observing my perimenopause and observing all the things that are happening with my body, I'm reminded of the fact that we live in a society that is fundamentally hostile to women, to our physical bodies, and their natural need for space, rest, and time to have these processes. I also have had several different women mention to me over the past month that they've been feeling depressed and that they've been feeling down and that they've been struggling to do their recitations and come to practice, and that they just have been not in their magic, which I so understand. I've been in that state. I understand. Um, you know, I felt like I should say this today. I woke up this morning and I realized I should say this out loud because probably people don't know. But when I first started my practice in 2016, doing the daily Guanyin recitations, I was at a point in my life where I was so depressed I could barely get out of bed in the mornings. It was really hard for me. I still did it. I still did all my stuff every day, but my life at that time was joyless, was exhausting, demanding, depleting. I was working 7 days a week and I was being taken advantage of by my business partner, who was my boss. I was in a very hostile situation in my magical community where the people who were working with me would have rather seen me fail than succeed. I was in a state of perpetual malnutrition because I was working like 12 and 16-hour days and I barely had time for breakfast in the morning and to grab like a burrito or something at the end of the day. In the middle of the day, I would keep myself fueled on sugar and caffeine. And I was really depressed. And, I was never like diagnosed. I never went into a doctor or anything about it. I didn't have health insurance. I couldn't go to a doctor about it. My business partner didn't see the need for me to have health care above and beyond emergency medical care, so that just in case I had to go to the hospital, I, could get out and keep working, I suppose. But the overall impact of the life that I was leading at that time was completely unsustainable. And it's interesting because now I'm coping with my perimenopause and, migraines and stuff like that that are part of my female aging process. And I have such a better life. I'm so much happier. I'm so much healthier. I look at pictures of myself from that time. My Lama sent me a picture of herself and I from when we were in Tibet together in 2016, which was right around the time I started this practice. And I look terrible. I mean, really terrible in that photo. I looked at that photo and I was like, I mean, I don't want to like couch it in terms of age, like as if age is bad, but I honestly look 20 years older in that photo than I do now. And even though I weighed the same then that I do now, I look heavier because I was not healthy. And I mean, I'm still pretty heavy, but like I am so much healthier now than I was in 2016. And the reason I bring it up is because I think a lot of times women don't talk about the things that are actually happening in our lives. We feel like the only way that we will be liked or cared for or thought of as magical or powerful is if we seem like we don't have any problems, if we seem like we don't have any challenges, if we seem like we don't have anything out of place. I was so busy in 2016 trying to keep everything in place for everyone else, and I wasn't taking care of myself. And this month, having these challenges with my health has surfaced for me a new layer. What now I see where there are still challenges in taking care of myself, in having the time that I need and having the rest that I need. But it's me who's doing it to myself, not anyone else who's doing it to me, which is different. So the reason I just wanted to say is because I feel like we need to talk about these things. I think we need to say it out loud when we're going through hard things. I think we need to say out loud when there's something that's impacting us. And I also think that we need to acknowledge that, a woman can be holding it together remarkably well and still be doing remarkably badly. And so this is why we need sisterhood, because we need a space where we can all come together and share about where we're really at and what's really going on, and where we know that there's nobody there secretly cheering for our misfortune, and that there's nobody there who's actually benefiting or profiting from our misfortune. And the reality is, this world benefits and profits off of women's pain. This world benefits and profits off of women thinking they just have to keep going and have to keep pushing and have to keep forcing themselves even when they're in pain. I don't want to live in that kind of a world. And I don't want you to live in that kind of a world. I want us to be in a kind of a world where in true sisterhood, we see each other, we perceive each other, we hold and nourish each other, and where we say to each other, I see, I'm with you, take whatever time you need, I'm here, I'll help you, I'll watch your kids, I'll cook you a meal, I'll send you flowers, I'll send you little hearts in the text, I'll do things to make sure that you know that no matter what you're going through, that you're loved, that you're cared for, and that your health and your well-being is important. not just in terms of your health and well-being important because it does something for me, but your health and well-being are important because I care. That's the world I want to live in. So I'm really grateful to have a sisterhood like that, to have women. I see a lot of you here, Alexis, Caragwin, I see Yvonne, I see Jennifer, Aisling, Paris. I see you, and I know you've been there for me. You've been holding me when I've been sick. Holly, Hernew, Laura, I see you. Kimberly, I see you when you've been holding me, caring for me, being there for me, not flinching away when I'm struggling, when I have to talk about how I've just had like an amazing, crazy bleeding experience that was so profound, and where I felt like I was going to die, but I felt like I was also getting really strong at the same time. You've been there and you listen. And I'm grateful. That's the kind of world I want to live in. And I do because of you. Let's keep being that for each other. Because later on, it's important that we do this now. Because later on, when we're old in patriarchy, we're what we've got. Crone mother, bone mother, healer, seer, witch, secret keeper, screech owl, mighty wolf bitch, Baba Yaga, bright dawn, Baba Yaga, red sun, Baba Yaga, midnight, Baba Yaga, black sky woman, keep me safe within your sight, keep me on the path of right. Crone mother, bone mother, healer, seer, witch, secret keeper, screech owl, mighty wolf bitch, Baba Yaga, bright dawn, Baba Yaga, red sun, Baba Yaga, midnight, Baba Yaga, black sky woman, keep me safe within your sight, keep me on the path of right. And for those of you out there who might see this now or later, if you are going through it, just remember that this practice is here for you, that this sisterhood is here for you. If you feel upset or you feel guilty, or you feel like, oh, I haven't done my recitations lately, I haven't done my mantras, I'm not here to judge you. Just remember that I did 100,000 of these recitations as part of my journey up from the depths of a depression, through being dragged through the mud and into the light. And you can too. New birth, guarded vigilantly. This is so amazing. These divinations this month are giving me the chills, seriously giving me the chills, because it's rare that we get a continuous thematic arc. We might get like a couple days of a little arc or even a week of a little arc, but we have been having a very serious arc of complete continuity from the 1st of July on, where it was like, go within, go within, go within. Now that you're within, find what's true, find what's true, find what's true. Now that you've found what's true, trust it, trust it, trust it. Now that you trust it, birth it into being. And yesterday, it was like, there's something and it wants to come out. What is it? It's going to be big, whatever it is. And today it's saying, it's here. It's here. So, and yes, says Priestess Shananda, I just drew the judgment card earlier. Rebirth, totally. All right. New birth, guarded vigilantly. In every creative process, in every birth, in every opening of a new cycle of life, There is a time of vulnerability. This vulnerability is natural and appropriate. It is the foal learning to become steady on its legs. Even this, my husband's boss at the veterinary clinic where he works, the doctor, her mare just had a foal 2 days ago. Like, just magic is happening. Okay. The foal is learning to become steady on its legs. Those legs will become remarkably powerful in time, but the process of growth and maturity has to take place, and that requires some wobbly first attempts. It cannot be any other way. Within you, perhaps even below the level of your conscious awareness, there is fresh new life emerging like a vibrant green shoot rising up from the earth. This new life is in need of your attention and your care. It could be a new relationship, a new idea that you need to nurture into fullness because it will hold a special purpose for your life path. It might be something within you, a new behavior, a new way of looking at yourself, a new way of being in the world that you need to tend to until it becomes more natural for you to fully embody. If you feel, oh, this is about another card. There's another card. Okay, skipping. Okay, you will not always need to cloak or cover up that which is young. Soon enough, it will be able to stand up for itself. But for now, your vigilance and care are most certainly required. Hug your ideas close to yourself, as though they were a new lover that you cannot bear to share with another. In time, the world will be the lover receiving the love in your idea. For now, it is for you to love it, for you to hold it, and for you to observe it. Only allow those who are truly proven to be trustworthy to support you in any new endeavor. Those who can handle the frequency or the vibration of what you are seeking to nurture. Some may love you, but be frightened of what you are creating. That's Baba Yaga right there. Some may love you, but be frightened of what you are creating. I would dare say some might love you and they love you broken and they want you to stay broken or stay down or stay quiet so that they can take up more space. Those are not the people to share this with. Stay true to yourself and your creative power, and be wise as to whom you invite into your inner sanctum, the mandala of your being, to witness your new growth emerging. This oracle also brings particular guidance about keeping your inner sanctuary pure. This may be your room, your shrine room, or a sacred place that you visit, or your own body into which you retreat in relaxation or meditation. Sometimes you will find that others have energetically or actually taken up residence in your sanctuary. Perhaps there's an argument you can't let go of, and it has another living inside your head. Maybe there's a suffering that has not been acknowledged or released, and it feels like a big old dirty suitcase of emotional baggage cluttering up the temple space of your heart. Now is the time to focus on the purity, the light, the love, and the compassion that dwell within you. Everything else will come and go, and that's just fine. But the purity of your inner sanctuary is eternal. You can come back to it to refresh your spirit and to gain resources to help you deal with the rest of the world and even your own shadowed moments anew. It will give you the peace and spaciousness of mind that you need to recognize the new that is blooming in your life and to compassionately but firmly denounce any intrusion upon that new life by doubt, fear, or sabotage. Alexis says, I feel that so hard. Need to focus on the love and compassion of our own inner sanctuary. Absolutely, especially for a boy mom. You've got 3 men in that house with you, 3 male figures. You need your own whole room, sister, and just your temple and your shrine, and close the door and say, go ahead and be like, Call of the Wild out there for a while. I'm going to be in here doing my thing. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Paris is feeling it too. Dragged from the mud and into the light. Sweet Lotus. That's you, Paris, the Lotus. Well, sisters, so I've taken up a lot of time already talking about things this morning. I think we've all heard what we need to hear here. We're going to pay attention to the inner sanctuary, purify it. That means go to your altar today. Look on your altar. Are there any items on your altar that do not belong there anymore? Take them off. Are there any items in your shrine space that do not belong there anymore? Take them away. Off to Goodwill they go. Is there anybody living rent-free in your head and they get to take up an awful lot of space? Eviction notice. They have to go live somewhere else. They can go live in their own heads, not in yours. Is there any memory or past pain that feels like it's still an open, gaping wound for you? Stitch it up. Do your mending. Baba Yaga says, go take a spot in a sunny window, grab your red thread and stitch that bleeding heart back together, and then watch it beat without spurting out life force to no good end. Yeah, Yvonne says, eviction notice for sure. Tend your sanctuary today, sisters. And remember that we have sanctuary here together. And remember that no matter how bad it gets, no matter what you go through, no matter if you feel down, no matter if you feel like, oh, I don't even know if I believe in this stuff because I'm so down. I know where you're at. I've been there. I feel it. That mud, says Josiah, can feel sticky. It sure can. And I've been in it too. I've been in it too. And there's no shame whatsoever in the mud, in the blood, in the migraines, in the perimenopause. There's no shame in the hormones. There's no shame in the anger. There's no shame in the righteous rage. There's no shame in the crying. There's no shame in the feeling overlooked and overwhelmed. There's no shame in any of it. There's only the path forward. The only way out is through. And if we do our practice, if you do your practice, I promise you find your way back. And that's why I get up and do this every day. I wake up every day, come and sit on this cushion and find my way back. And you can too. Sending you so much love. That's our short bit. Now let's dive into Guanyin. 3 prostrations before the shrine. There's no shame in creaky knees. There's no shame in an extra 10 pounds, in an extra 100 pounds. There's no shame in our physical need to inhabit the space that we're in and to take good care of it and treat it well, regardless of whatever else might be going on. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention today, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And I'd like to just say, let's hold today the sisterhood, the sisterhoods that we belong to, the spaces, however rare or however many, where we know we can 100% be who we are in process, in progress, holding each other and trusting that every single one of us is going to make it across her personal finish line with rousing cheers from all of the sisters. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guan Xiyin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guanyin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations now of Namo Guanxiyin Pusa, awakening within ourselves the aspect of Guanyin that is eternal compassion for all beings. Namo Guanxiyin Pusa, 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 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. In the brief wind horse practice of Tara by Patrul Rinpoche. Lume chuksum chidang jetsun ma gyayum pakma drome jintu yi daki sisu pajon yandraknam yarnu dadang yarji soshindu kepar kaje wangtang lungta nam yampa soshing chetu gyawa long chije lekpe lamdu drowa dang sering neme dedang denjur shi. Through the blessing and power of the unfailing Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and of Jetsunma, mother of the Buddha's noble Tara, may our lifespan merit prosperity and renown, increase like a waxing moon, like a rising summer lake. Especially may our good fortune, Wangtang and Windhorse, be healed when they weaken, rejoined when interrupted, raised up when sinking down. May whatever we do turn out well, and may good health, long life, peace and happiness be ours. Lume chuksum chidang jetsun ma gyayum pakma drome jintu yi daki sesu paljor nyandraknam yarnu dadang yarji soshindu kepar kaje wangtang lungtanyam yampa soshing chetu gyawa long chije lekpe lamdu drowa dang sering neme de dang denju shi. Man, oh man, this candle is like talking up a storm over here. I want to just look at it to make sure we're not having similar wick issues. No, we're not. We're doing great. But it's just talking a lot. Okay, Yaga, keep talking. 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending out our love, care, compassion, and kindness to any sister who needs it today. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher, and wishing everyone a great day of purifying your shrines and your hearts and realizing that you do have a safe space on this planet, and it's on your cushion and in this sisterhood. Be back tomorrow.